from the European home of the NFL, London, England. Coming up, another edition of the NFL International Series, and it should be a good one, between the Carolina Panthers and our home team. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. First carry for Christian McCaffrey, who made his first Pro Bowl last year. And this one goes nowhere, losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Check 45 to Mike.
Here's Newton. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And got his man complete. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel, 78 yards. And the Panthers are going to take a first-quarter lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard
line. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 24. The second-year man from USC, this is Ronald Jones. And he's into the clear. The 30, 10, and he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Ronald Jones, 76 yards. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they get to the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Get in. Ready?
It's our time, guys. It's our time.
After the run, Newton going to throw. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. The first carry for the Utah man now, it's Joe Williams. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Here we go. 180. Silver. 8.
Throwing on third down, Newton. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
Newton now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10.
Check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. You ain't going nowhere.
Great.
Newton now to throw. Rolling to his right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. Flushed out right. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just working the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. Out of the gun, Newton. That's complete to McCaffrey. It'll be a gain of 6, and it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14. They will go for it. Now Newton. That's to his running back, complete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And it'll be a turnover on downs. And, partner, I'm not really sure what in the world they were thinking on 4th and long there at this stage in the game, but you think social media may be firing up a little bit right now?
Oh, the coach is trending right now. All right, there's no doubt about it. People are wondering what that decision was. But it takes me back to a number of years ago. A very successful coach in the league had told himself before a playoff game he was going to be aggressive. No matter what, he's going to be aggressive. And it ran his team into some real problems early, and they got upset in that playoff game. Let's see if this team can recover.
Well, that's aggressive in capital letters with glitter, 7 underscore. I mean, that's the definition of aggressive.
Yeah, you can almost hear the cheerleaders doing the be aggressive.
It's a foot race. 20, 10, touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones with his 2nd touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Bucs get the quick strike touchdown. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 21. They begin the drive with Williams. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter. And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it 2nd and 7. On the ground, McCaffrey. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From the 50, Newton. Eluding the... And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Devin White in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. This is brought in at the 21. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down.
And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. From the gun, Winston. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A familiar ring to that one. Winston to Evans for the Buccaneer first. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Jameis to throw it. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Play fake. Winston. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Dontari Poe breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7.
It's 2nd down.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Another try after the first down sack. Winston. And this is incomplete. He was looking for Brashad Perriman, and it's 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Winston. High throw, but he makes the catch. And he's taken down inside the 30. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy. Peyton Barber, a surprise workhorse for the Buccaneers in 2018. I don't think they expected him to have 234 carries, but he certainly felt like he could carry the load and just carried it there for a nice gain.
In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly.
Only one way to describe Ronald Jones' rookie season with Tampa Bay, and that's disappointing. Drafted to be their lead runner, just 23 carries on a team that ranked 29th in the NFL in rushing.
Winston on 3rd and 2. He's got Evans. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. One back in the game. That's Jones, 2nd and goal.
Get him! Johnny! Wait.
Throwing, Winston. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucks. Mike Evans, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Gay is on for the point after. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Watch the whip.
To throw again. Newton. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. On 1st and 10, Newton. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Newton. Buying time to his left. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This from 54 yards away. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, this will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 24. The second half starts with a carry by Jones. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, 1st down. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Winston now. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Flag 22. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
Now on 2nd and 13. Winston. Left side here. That's complete to Godwin. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? 3rd and short yardage. Winston. He finds his target. It's Evans. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To throw, Winston. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Only 3 there on the screen. It's 2nd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. The Bucs on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Dontari Poe marches in for the sack. Well, they went with a nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. Oh, a little 360. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That good for 22 and a first down.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. To throw is Newton. He rifles one that's intercepted. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. The 40, 30, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Newton taking a shot for Samuel. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 39. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Tackle made by K'Wan Short. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. To throw on 2nd and 6. Winston. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 15 yards on the play. First down. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
On 1st and 10, Winston. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Brian Burns able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. Now Winston. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Brian Burns able to record his 5th sack of the season.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. The Panthers on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Newton. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let this go deep, and that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a holding penalty, and that'll send him backwards.
You know they're trying not to do that. I mean, we know that, right? We talk to them all the time. But sometimes the defensive guys just put you in awkward situations, and you get caught grabbing their jerseys.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Newton to throw. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march up another 15 against your squad.
He's got the 1st down and more past midfield. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And finally taken down at the 15. A big play there on the catch and run. 47 yards. So after the big play, look at this. All the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10.
Wide, get wide. 59's Mike, 59's Mike. Check, 59. Zoom. Here we go.
From the red zone now, Newton. Flush to his right, and he fires one incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Newton, and he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Chris Hogan, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead. Now Newton will bring the Panthers up to go for 2.
Hey, check.
They'll look to run for it with Williams. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. The decision is to decline it and not give him the down back.
They might as well have sent a skywriter above the stadium saying, we don't think you can get the 1st down against our defense by that decision.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Winston and the Bucs take over now, first and 10 at their own 26. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. The 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones with his third touchdown so far, number 13 now on the year. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that will bump the lead up to 26. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Come on, QB, come on.
Now Newton on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Obi Melifonwu with the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. The Bucs on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's a give to Jones running left. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll run here with Barber. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
One back in the game. That's Jones. 2nd and goal.
Green, triple T.
They're looking to throw this. Winston to the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. One receiver to the left is Evans. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? And good pressure defensively to stop him for a loss of a couple. Now there's also a flag to go with it. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it. Brings up 4th.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And Gay knocks this one through. And that will push the lead up from 26, and it grows up to 29. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Set. 180. Mike, 45.
I'm coming for you. You mine.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Buccaneers, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for Carolina, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And now they'll head to the bye week as they'll be back in action in Week 8. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.